Good morning, friends. This is a session on literary devices in Riders to the Sea. Let us begin with an introduction to literary devices. In literature, any technique used to help the author achieve his or her purpose is called literary device. These devices are used for aesthetic purpose, that is, they intend to make the story or a drama more beautiful. Literary devices are the author's toolkit. Whatever you want to do in your story, you do it with literary devices. Some of the literary devices discussed in the play Riders to the Sea are symbols. A symbol is any image or thing that stands for something else. In literature, symbols are often characters, settings, images, or other motifs that stand in for bigger ideas. Symbols add layers of meaning to a story, drama, poem, or any other creative work. They enable an author to deliver an idea or message on multiple levels. Another form of literary device adapted in the play is imagery. Imagery is language used by poets, novelists, and other writers to create images in the mind of the reader. Because we experience life through our senses, a strong composition should appeal to them through the use of imagery. Imagery allows readers to directly sympathize with the characters and narrators as they imagine having the same sense experiences. Another literary device adapted in the play is metaphor. Metaphor is often used as a type of imagery. Metaphor is the direct comparison of two distinct things. Irony is another literary device. Irony is when there are two contradicting meanings of the same situation, event, image, sentence, phrase, or story. Irony refers to the difference between expectations and reality. Allegory is another literary device. It is a story within a story. It is a surface story and another story is hidden underneath. In most allegories, hidden story has something to do with politics, religion, or morality, which are complex subjects that are difficult to understand directly. Thus, allegories deliver difficult messages in easy to read stories. Allegory is the oldest form of story in the world. A motif is another literary device. It is a symbolic image or idea that appears frequently in a story. Motifs can be symbols, sounds, actions, ideas, or words. Motifs strengthen a story by adding images and ideas to the theme. Motif means, in French, pattern. A figure of speech is another literary device. It is a word or phrase using a figurative language. That is, language that has other meaning than its normal definition. Figures of speech rely on implied or suggested meaning rather than a dictionary meaning. Thus, many literary devices like symbols, metaphors, allegories, motifs, irony, figures of speech are adapted in the play Riders to the Sea, written by John Millington Synge. In this video, I will talk to you about the various literary devices adapted in the play. To To begin with, let us understand the symbols that are dealt with in the play. The whiteboard is one symbol. The whiteboards refer to the coffins which remain on screen for the duration of the play. They symbolize the imminence of Bartley's death. They remain on the stage throughout the play and they are symbol of Bartley's death. Water on the bodies of Patch and Bartley symbolize the way by which death comes. This is an observation by critic Donis Danago, who says that the symbol of water on the bodies shows how death comes from the sea straight to the house, to the family. So they symbolize death. The spinning wheel and the hearth are involved with the appropriate housework, or they are symbols of women's work and the pervasiveness of gendered labor. This is notable in the play, so concerned with traditional separation by gender. Bartley is the provider, Kathleen is the breaker. Michael was a provider, Nora was a caretaker, like that. Another symbol which can be seen in the play is that of a rope. The rope symbolizes Bartley's imminent death. As he fashions a halter for the horse, he is actually fashioning a halter for his own neck. Rope was always intended to lower a coffin into the grave, and now that grave will be Bartley's. So rope is a symbol of Bartley's death. The holy water which Moria sprinkles on the dead body of Bartley symbolizes purification, sanctity, and traditional Catholicism. It is benevolent water, anodyne water. It stands in contrast to the powerful water of the sea. Thus, you can see how symbols in the play are images which stand for something else. The rope is not a rope, holy water is not holy water, they stand for something else. For example, rote symbolizes death of Bartley and holy water symbolizes purification. Another important literary device adapted in the play is metaphor. As I have told you earlier, metaphor is a type of imagery. It is a direct comparison of two distinct things. One such example is, her smiling face is the sun. In this sentence, we see the comparison of a smiling face to the sun. In the play Riders to the Sea, the title itself is the metaphor. The title Riders to the Sea refers to the riders of the text, such as Bartley and Michael, riding down to the sea to carry out their business. On the other hand, it is also a metaphor for death. As they ride to the sea, they ride to their ultimate fate. This recalls the Bible's rider, death on a pale horse. So they give an image of death. Riding to the sea gives an image of death. Irony is another literary device. It means when there are two contradict meanings of the same situation, event, image, sentence, phrase or story, it becomes an irony. It refers to the difference between expectations and reality. In the play Riders to the Sea, we can see such ironic situations. For example, The young priest is confidently asserting that God will not leave Maurya without any sons is itself ironic. First, in the priest's confidence, and second, in that he is supposed to have the most intimate connection to God and be able to discern His will most effectively. But in the end, his claims become entirely false. So there is a discrepancy between expectations and reality, and this is an irony. Another irony which is observed in the play is that of the coffin. There is tragic irony in the coffin being originally intended for Michael, and then actually it was used for Bartley, who even took the rope that was going to be used to lower the coffin in the ground. So here tragic irony works. Michael's dead body was expected, but the coffin was used to bury the dead body of Bartley. Maurya is also another irony. Throughout the play, there is considerable disdain and dismissal levied at the elderly Maurya. Kathleen criticizes her. Nora is dissatisfied with her. Bartley ignores her words. But in the end of the text, she is the one who ironically turns out to be correct regarding the dangers of the sea. Whatever she said was disdained and not approved of. But the twist is that in the end she proves to be right. The horses. Tragically and ironically, Bartley believes the horses will secure him money and security. That is why he takes them to the fair to sell them and earn money. But instead, the grey pony, which was following his horse, pushed him to the sea and they lead him to his death. They did not provide him security, but instead they gave him his death. That is the irony of various images, various literary devices present in the play. Another literary device in the play is imagery. Images are language used by poets to create images in the mind of the reader. Imagery includes figurative and metaphorical language to improve the reader's experience through the senses. Some such imagery which can be found in the play are whiteboards. The whiteboards that Maurya purchased to turn into a coffin for Michael sit in view of the audience the entire length of the play. They are a potent image of death and the concomitant return to the earth. Maurya and Bartley's body, the slow, methodical uttering of words and sprinkling of holy water on Bartley's body is a powerful image of suffering mother, her resignation and acceptance, and the potency of religious rites and rituals. They also create an image of these rituals in the mind of the viewer. The cloths also represents an image of ragged, pitiful, limp, wet sock and scrap of a shirt as powerful because they are all that is left of Michael. Michael is no longer a living person. He is just a limp, a bundle of cloths. They are a reminder of the fragility of life. Maurya's vision is also an image. Maurya had a vision which is terrifying and tragic. We see the handsome and finely dressed Michael astride a horse with Bartley swiftly preceding him. In this surreal, memorable image, the audience can glean that something dark is about to occur. Thus, various images are worked out in the play Riders to the Sea. We can also observe some of the literary devices like that of a motif. A motif is an image or an idea which appear frequently in the story. Motif also means pattern. We see the pattern of death in the family of Maurya. All of them, right from her father-in-law, her husband, 5 sons, Michael and Bartley, each have a same pattern of death. They all die drowned in the sea, and this pattern follows repeatedly again and again, imposing an image of how powerful the sea is. Thus, the play Riders to the Sea have many literary devices which help to make the play more real, more beautiful, attractive and powerful. The audience, with the help of these literary devices, learn the experiences of Maurya and her family to be real. Okay, here I come to the end of this literary devices video. Thank you for watching.